You're listening to GIGI Radio, the one and only Christian radio show for teen girls, with your hosts, Esther and Steph. Hey girls, happy Monday. It's Esther here with Stephanie Giselle.
Hello girls, another week is here.
So just a few things to remember. Don't forget that we have our ebooks available for you to download. The newsletter, you can sign up for free and you can get some information, things that we reveal only there and not on the podcast.
Also, our artist of the month is Morgan Harper Nichols. We hope you've enjoyed her music so far. And our verse of the month. So girls, we're in Philippians chapter 2 verse 3 and I'm reading the ERV. In whatever you do, don't let selfishness or pride be your guide. Be humble and honor others more than yourselves.
Okay, so we've been looking at a diary entry of Leah. And today we are looking at feet that are quick to rush into evil.
Ooh.
So let's see what this means.
Diary of a Wimpy Brave Girl. The Goss. April 7. Dear Diary, I stuffed up real bad at school today. Mr. Casio and Mrs Toren, the principal, want to see me in their office tomorrow morning. I think I'm going to get expelled. I've cried all afternoon and it's completely my fault. What was I thinking? This is so not me. Let me start at the beginning. So yesterday, after I found out the big goss about Carmen and her dad, I was paralyzed. I didn't tell anyone anything. I couldn't. Anyways, I couldn't wait to tell my friends. I had to tell Jess and Rosa. They needed to know the goss about her. I was at my lockers when Jess turned up. Hey Leah, she smiled and opened her locker door. Jess! I looked around to make sure no one was around. I've got some goss to tell you. It's huge! Jess's brown eyes rounded. What? Who? She shut her locker with a thud and leaned over. You need to tell me. I looked from side to side one last time and saw that the coast was clear. It's about Carmen. I began until I spilled the whole conversation I had heard the day before. Jess's eyes bulged and she slapped her hand over her mouth. Are you sure? She mumbled. I nodded. I heard every word. Just then, Rosa appeared with her gorgeous curls tied with a ribbon and a big smile on her dimpled face. You guys, I just found out about Carmen? Jess and I chorused. Rosa frowned. No. I found out what I got on my science. Her voice trailed off. What do you mean, Carmen? What happened? You're not going to believe what I found out, I shrieked. And out came the goss. Rosa gasped. Oh no, poor thing, that's awful. Her face saddened. No wonder she's so serious and... Rude, I added, crossing my arms across my chest. The bell interrupted whatever Rosa was going to say. Soon the chaos of the locker room echoed around my ears and we bolted to Rollmark. I saw Alyssa and she waved. I waved back and mouthed, I have some goss to tell you. Her eyes widened and she did thumbs up. I mouthed again, I'll tell you at recess. She grinned. The first 2 periods dragged forever and I couldn't wait for recess to come. I had news to deliver. I looked for Carmen but she was away. It was probably jail visiting day. A sudden guilt washed over me. That hadn't been nice at all. Stop it, I told my brain, stop it. As soon as the bell rang for recess, I headed to my locker and grabbed the books I needed for the next 2 classes. I gulped in a few protein balls and some water and headed to see Alyssa and her group. The girl said hello and made room for me to sit. Alyssa says you've got goss. Marla grinned and looked at her friends. I nodded. Yes, big goss. So, I began. The 6 girls leaned in, mesmerized as I spoke. No way, Alyssa exclaimed. All true. I heard her in the bathroom yesterday, I said with a tinge of proudness in my voice. The rest of the break we gossiped about Carmen and Alyssa even got her phone out to see if she could find some info on Carmen's dad. No luck. If he was a millionaire, they probably kept it quiet. Just don't tell anyone, I said. Alyssa zipped her lips and pretended to throw away the key. My lips are sealed, she promised. The bell rang and I headed to my classes, feeling so knowledgeable and on top of things. Rosa was waiting for me as I rounded the corner. "Hey!" I grinned. She didn't smile back. "Leah, did you tell Alyssa and her friends about Carmen?" Yes. Why?" I fumbled with the zipper of my backpack. "I can't believe it. Those girls like to gossip, remember? They're going to spread it all around the school." "I don't think they will," I frowned. "Alyssa wouldn't. She was my friend. I told them not to tell anyone." I stopped and stared at Rosa. Rosa shook her head. "You shouldn't have told them in the first place." With that, she walked away and left. Huh. I grabbed my books tighter against my chest, lifted my head and headed to class. Rosa was being a drama queen. Something must have happened between lunch and home time, but by the end of the day, everyone knew that Carmen's dad was in jail and that she had been expelled from Belmont Academy. I wanted to die. How? The bell for home time rang and I heard my name over the loudspeakers. The receptionist was calling me. I almost ran to the office. Something felt off. "Hi, Mrs. Tegan. You called me to the office?" I was breathless. She smiled. "Hi, Leah. Thank you for coming up. Could you come straight to the office tomorrow morning, please? Mrs. Mayers and Mr. Casio would like to talk to you before roll mark." I inhaled. "Do you know why?" She shook her long ponytail. "Sorry, darling. I don't know why." "Oh, okay. Thank you." As if in a trance, I walked out of the office. Deep down, I knew why. I was getting expelled for gossiping. "God," I whispered, "help me."
Proverbs 24:8. In their hearts they plan to do evil. All they talk about is making trouble. I was listening to the story. I don't understand why Leah had to go and open her mouth.
I was dying on the inside, like, don't say it.
I know. Why could she not stay quiet?
She rushed to tell a whole group.
Oh, so girls, have you ever heard a gossip and you just had to rush to tell someone or a few people? Maybe yes, maybe no. Steph?
Honestly, no. It's one of my things my mum has taught us since we were little, and she's always said you need to be a grave. If someone entrusts you with something,
yes,
you need to take it, with you to the grave.
But or if you hear something,
yes. But to be fair, if I'm like bursting at the seams, I'll tell Esther. Esther, you know it all.
I do know all her deep dark secrets. Yes, and just to say, I'm not tooting my horn, but I have been called the Vault.
Actually, she has.
I'm the Vault, girls. So no, gossiping is a big thing. It's horrible.
I actually remember, I was now thinking about it, I just hadn't thought about it in years. So this was over 10 years ago, girls. But I remember when I was in high school, I think it was grade 11 or grade 12. I was close friends with a girl. We were friends because we were in the same classes and we got along, but we always sat with like our own groups. But she actually slept with her boyfriend and she did not tell her close friends. She told me. Because she trusted me more than her friends. And I never told anyone. I mean, I told Esther, I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe she was so, hurt because he dumped her after that. But anyway, that's a different story. But I never told anyone. Till this day, I never told anyone afterwards.
Or who the girl is or anything, yeah.
And
that's sad.
So yeah, keeping a secret, like even though you want to, I guess, how Leah says she was knowledgeable and on top of things, like she knew everything. It's not good, girls. It's short-lived. And keeping your mouth closed is really, really good.
Yes. So let's come back after this song by Morgan Harper Nichols. And he says, I can't save myself.
Ooh.
I love that title.
No one can accuse me of not trying to make the most of this hand I've been dealt. No one can accuse me of not trying to move past all the pain and fear I've felt. Turned out in the end that all my best attempts could never keep my weary heart from drowning. I can't save myself, I can't save myself. But coming to my rescue is what you do so well. And when my strength has failed, the story I will tell is how your love refused to leave me on my own when I couldn't save myself. No.
I'm sure you spent a lot of time just waiting for me to wave the flag and just give up. And patiently you've waited with sweet mercy, knowing my best wasn't good enough.
I don't know why you stay or why you love me this way. I sure want you to know that I am grateful, grateful. I can't save myself, I can't save myself, but coming to my rescue is what you do so well. And when my strength has failed, the story I will tell is how your love refused to leave me on my own when I couldn't save myself. Oh, oh, oh. It turned out in the end, all my best attempts could never keep my weary heart from drowning. I don't know why you stay or why you love me this way. I sure want you to know that I am grateful, grateful. I can't save myself, I can't save myself, but coming to my rescue is what you do so well. And when my strength has failed, the story I will tell is how your love refused to leave me on my own when I couldn't save myself. Oh, 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 when I couldn't save myself. So turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim, and the light of his glory and grace.
So, girls, if you hear a gossip about someone, about something, it is a sin to go and tell the school population about it, or even a few people. You need to keep it quiet or quiet about it. And I'm not talking about you hear something dangerous or delicate. You have to go and tell a teacher.
Yeah.
That's okay. But this is about
Spreading rumors that, like,
yeah,
there's nothing to...
that you hear.
Like, that's something that's none of your business kind of thing. Like, if you know your friend's, about to commit suicide, well, seek help. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or they're drinking, smoking. It's going to hurt them. You can talk to them or talk to,
Talk straight to their face and, look, you need to get help, whatever. But when it's, like, little petty things or...
Like, did you see so-and-so is dating?
Yeah.
Or did you see blah, blah, blah?
Yeah, I saw him in the car or she's cheating on him, or just different things that really have nothing to do with you girls to gossip.
Yeah, and we call them lunchtime gossip.
Oh.
Lunchtime goss. Because people are hanging around, they're sitting in circles, they walk around, they find out things and they go and tell, another group.
Actually, do you know now you said lunchtime goss? That's a thing that happens at every workplace.
Oh,
Not
really?
just at high schools. Like, you find out things like, oh, did you hear what happened? Like, it happens.
Okay, yes.
It does happen at
like
work
in the
as well.
staff room or
Yes.
in a lunchroom.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is not a good thing to do.
No.
You hear something, and then after hearing this gossip, you have to go and rush to another group to tell them the latest. Like, these are the things where you have to think, why do you do that? Do you want to be popular? Do you want to be known? Do you want to feel knowledgeable and on top of things like Leah?
And girls, this actually gives you a really bad reputation. You start becoming, Steph, the gossiper. Oh, here she comes. Don't tell her anything.
Yes.
And you get it, and it is really, really almost impossible to shake that reputation once you have it.
And people start talking behind your back. They call you names.
Yeah.
They won't trust you or believe anything you say.
No, and they might come to you to like double check something, but they're never going to be like...
No, they're not going to trust you or have you in high regards or anything.
No.
They don't look at you very well.
No, they don't.
So we've been looking at Proverbs 6:16 and, all of those till 19. But today we're going to look at the ones that we have covered. And he says, there are 6 things the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to him. And we've looked at 2 already. And today is a heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush into evil.
Ooh. So wicked schemes, that's what, spreading the lies, and you're rushing to do evil work. God hates it. Like, before your feet rush to do the wrong thing, everything gets planned in your heart, and that's where it begins. You think of something first, and then you act upon it. And in the Bible list, I think you found some verses that talk about this.
Yeah, some verses that says, for example, Proverbs 4:23, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it.
So you have to start thinking first. For example, let's just say you might have been bullied, and then one day you say, you know what? Whenever anybody talks to me, I'm just going to be ready to slap them. And you keep saying to yourself, no one's going to stand up to me because I'm going to slap them. And then one day someone might come and say something to you, and you're going to slap them. Yeah,
because it's already been in your heart.
And you've made that, that little seed has grown, and you act upon it, and then you get expelled kind of thing. It doesn't help, girls. It's not going to help you to act on
The other one is Matthew 6:21, and it says, for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. So whatever you treasure in your heart, that's what's going to come, out. Do you want to read Matthew 15:19?
Yeah, okay. So Matthew 15:19 says, for out of the heart come evil thoughts, murder, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, false testimony, slander.
Yeah, so you can see that the heart can be evil. Like, you can store evil things in your heart as well. That's good things. But this also comes with what we watch, what we do,
what we read, what we hear, who we hang around with.
Yes. And God wants us to have a pure heart. And he says in Matthew 5:8, the ESV says, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. That's a nice one.
And girls, it says in Psalms 51:10, create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me.
And then Matthew 22:37 says, Jesus said, and he said to him, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind.
So girls, when we love God with our whole heart and soul, it means that we will not have room for gossip and other things to take hold of our hearts.
So true. So what can you do for God to live in your hearts? Like, what are the things that you can, if this is something, even if you don't struggle with it, you don't want to fall into it. Yeah. What are the things do you think that the girls can do so that God can live in their heart?
Definitely spending time with God, like having that devotional time. I prefer the mornings. I'm not a morning person, but starting the day with God is the most amazing thing. So put your alarm that little bit earlier and start reading your devotionals in the mornings, listening to a sermon, writing out a Bible verse and praying about it, Bible journaling.
Yes.
There's quite a few creative things you can do, but spending that first part of the morning with him is the most important.
Yeah. And if you're struggling with this heart issue and you find that your feet are running to do evil, God can help you. You can talk to a chaplain or pastor and start your mornings with God, and he will help you.
Definitely.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you for a new day. Thank you for today. Thank you that we can talk about you, and thank you that you can renew our hearts. Help us grow closer to you each day so that we can be a shining light, and that we can be an example to our friends so that they can see you in us. Thank you, Lord, because we can depend on you 100%. In your name I ask. Amen.
This has been GIGI Radio signing out.